Hey guys, Social Cutsby here. Hope you guys enjoyed the content, but there is a little forewarning I want to say about the first few parts of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. As you'll notice that, my voice is kind of overshadowed by the game audio, or sometimes my voice even outshadows the game audio. This was mainly because during the first few parts of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, I was trying to find a balance of audio. I did find it eventually, and you will see that as we get into the Let's Play. But I wanted to let you know now that you might not be able to hear me in the first couple parts. You might be able to at certain points, but yeah, it's just to let you guys know about that. Other than that, I hope it goes well. With all that said, I'm not gonna delay the part any longer. I wish I knew my words ahead of time. In any case, guys, I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know if you do. Let me know if there's any feedback or anything you guys want about the part. With that said, let's get started. Hope you enjoy. Hear that wondrous charm. Hear that epic music. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a Let's Play that I never thought I'd be able to do. But here we are. Welcome to Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. I can't believe I'm even going to play this game for you guys. But here we are. It's time to play one of my all-time favorite games, and I truly mean that. This really is one of my all-time favorite games. I can't wait to share it with you guys. So with that said, we got a lot to do. On a note, let's start with the legend mode. I didn't get that far, so we're just going to start with chapter 1. With good old Link. Let's do Light Plus. Okay, so it's time for a little history with this game while this cutscene's going. I got this back on the Wii U, and I loved it to death. Like, there really wasn't any other game more than Hyrule Warriors at the time, which, you know, completely surprised me. But I got the DLC for the game, I enjoyed it for countless months. And then the 3DS version came out. So, of course, I had to try that first. I did, and yeah, I was hit and miss. But, of course, I got the expansions, and I got the rest of the DLC. Then, during the Nintendo Direct, I heard Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition come to the Switch. I could not be any happier. The fact that we're even doing this now is amazing. So what exactly is Hyrule Warriors? Imagine Dynasty Warriors crossed over with The Legend of Zelda. And that's exactly what you get. So if you're a fan of The Legend of Zelda, this game is practically made for you. Especially if you're more of an action-paced oriented kind of gamer. But even then, believe it or not, aside from the NES Legend of Zelda, this was how I actually started getting to know the Legend of Zelda series. I'm not kidding when I say that. This is how I was introduced to the series. And ever since then, I actually got a few of the Zelda games, including Twilight Princess HD, Wind Waker HD, Ocarina of Time, and of course, Breath of the Wild, which I haven't played too much of. Actually, that's kind of a lie. The only Zelda game I really haven't played too much was,
Hordes of monsters begin siege to the kingdom of Hyrule.
what was it? It was Twilight Princess
Zelda
HD.
led a valiant defense against
I actually pre-ordered that, but I gave the soundtrack to my friend because he would use it a lot more than I would.
Cadets at the knight's training yard. As
So,
troops fell in
the
battle,
weird thing about
Hyrule's
Hyrule Warriors is
trainers were left
that
to wait
there actually
helplessly inside
is a
castle
vocal
walls.
narrator, but the rest of the game isn't
Yes.
voiced.
One young knight took up a training sword and
It wasn't until
fight.
Breath of the Wild that this would
This
catch
brave
on.
young man was named Link.
Yeah, not
Compelled to
Bort
act,
or
he
Bolt
rushed to the monster-ridden
or the
cliff
Trove
wall to
Rider.
assist
I
Zelda
wish she was named the
in
Trove
defend
Rider.
Hyrule.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Ugh. Okay, here we go. I'll try to explain everything as best I can as we go, but for now, let's get into it. Alright. Time for Scenario 1, Hyrule Field. Let's go! Alright. So the main gist of Hyrule Warriors is you see these bunch of monsters, slay them apart. That's pretty much the gist of everything. And, pretty much do what the game tells you. Like, if it says protect this person, you do it. If it tells you slay a bunch of monsters and bosses, you do it. Alright. So, there are a few things that were brought from the 3DS version to the Wii U version. And pretty much that combination is what the Definitive Edition is. Pretty much, it's the all-to way to play Hyrule Warriors. All the DLC is already a part of the game, so you don't have to worry about that. And admittedly, this is what you're mostly doing most of the time, just slaying up some monsters, beating up bosses, and doing whatever the game tells you to do. Now, I got the bombs a little early because I did start the Legend mode a bit early, but you will get Legend of Zelda items like bombs and arrows and that kind of such along the way. You'll also be getting a lot of materials. That way you can level up your attacks and your defenses, that kind of such. Oh, okay, we gotta get the gate. Run, Link. Run. Run like the wind. Oh, and here we go. One of the original characters for this game, Dragon Knight Volga. I gotta say, love his design. Okay, here's one of the types of the bosses. There are two types of bosses. The first type is warriors. With warriors, you'll fight them exactly like they play in the game. And you'll notice the marker above his head. That is actually the stun meter, that's call it. If you decrease it in time, you'll be able to do special attacks that do more damage. But this is kind of a fourth boss battle, we don't defeat Volga completely. The second type of bosses, we will meet eventually. And I know it sounds like I'm trying to overtalk the game and that kind of such, but I'm just trying to get as much as I can. I'm sure there'll be points where I'm silent. Oh no, enjoy yourself, Grave. Hey, they don't supply the voices? I do. One thing to note about Hyrule Warriors though is that levels can go on for a while. Sometimes they can be 10 minutes, sometimes 20, sometimes even 30 minutes. So when it comes to Legend mode, I hope you have a lot of time on your hands. As much time as Link has part of the Triforce. Triforce of Courage, baby. And here comes one of my favorite themes in the game. Oh, I love this theme. Ooh, material, thank you. Man, this thing is so good. And I will say this again and again, this soundtrack is amazing. They remixed a lot of classic Legend of Zelda songs. It's for the better, man. If you like blood pumping adrenaline, building music, this is exactly where you go. Because
themes like Skyloft and Death Mountain, they all got an increase in stuff. Man, so good. Okay. And there would be another way to play Hyrule Warriors, but we'll get into that later. For now, into the temple. We need to go get a reward. Which, if I was playing this for the first time, it would be the bomb. But since it's not, this time we get rubies. Or a weapon. Sure. Why not? I could use more weapons. The game is more than Link though. As you'll see next to, well, in my HUD, you'll see Zelda and Impa's, icons. You'll be able to play as so many characters in this game, at least 30, close to 40 characters if I remember correctly. And now, you can play as Zelda. Okay. Now you use the up and down directional buttons to change your characters. And if you'll notice, you'll be slaying a lot of enemies. And by that I mean hundreds, thousands, a lot. There we go. Good job, Zelda. Now Zelda, her playstyle is a little different. You'll see that she has things like orbs. You'll be able to use those like orbs to chain together powerful attacks. But of course I need to level her up a lot more and use more materials in order to fully unlock her potential. But if you have a full A bar, like we call it, you'll be able to do an all-powerful attack. The range of the attacks will differ depending on which character you use. Oh, wait. No, it doesn't. I did it for you! Hi, Impa. Bye, Impa. Alright, let's change the length and get in there. There we go. Now we rendezvous. Okay. Oh yeah, and one more thing I need to talk about that we'll get to later is gold sculptulas. Gold sculptulas, when you defeat 1,000 enemies, you'll see a spider web in their in the map up there. When you see the gold sculpture web, pretty much go there and listen closely. You'll be able to hear some clicking. The louder the clicks, the closer the gold sculpture will be. Slay one, and you'll get a picture. Those pictures will unlock bonuses. Okay. So I guess I'm getting a little distracted here. Excuse me. Look at all these enemies. Look at all these enemies. They are friendly. Alright. Okay. So the deal with keeps, now that I can talk about them, you saw the keep gauge. In fact, you're about to see it again. Let's see. Can I get to it? Yeah, there it is. You'll see a keep gauge. Once that keep gauge is down, you'll be able to beat the keep boss. Defeat the keep boss, and you take the keep, meaning that you'll be able to spawn more outlets. Simply put, the more keeps you take, the more allies you'll have, and the better chance you'll have against the monsters. But, of course, you have to make a decision. Do you take more of the actual keeps, or do you go along with the story? That choice is completely up to you. Alright, there we go. Now, I'm off to the fairy fountain. Now, the cool thing about this game, too, is that not only do you have a lot of characters right at the start, but you also have a lot of cosmetic changes, too. and you'll get a lot of cosmetics. But you gotta do them through adventure modes. Yeah, the Zombos? I don't think so. Get out. And that was kind of the mini-boss of the map. Some enemies will have larger health gauges above them. They're pretty much mini-bosses, or generals. If you defeat them, you do get special materials. But in any case, you really get them in order to rank up your kilometer. Ooh, I'm actually pretty close to level 2. There we go. Level up your character. Well, sometimes. I believe every 5 or so levels, maybe 10, you'll get an extra heart. You see your hearts up there, and they will increase the more you level up. I don't remember the exact number. I think it is. I don't know. I don't know why I'm struggling here. Oh, and sometimes you'll see these walls and that kind of such throughout the place. That's pretty much a good indication to, you know, do something. Trust me, we'll be doing a lot of stuff in this game. In a way, there's a lot of grinding, but honestly, the missions can vary so much, you'll barely notice that you're grinding. I mean, look at me already with Zenba. I'm already level 4. Oh no, I got a rescue to go on, Captain. I got it. Do your thing, Zenba. Good. Look at that giant sword. And he's done. Alright. And get out. Okay. Oh, good, I'm on this end. Hey, Zelda! Zelda! Actually, look at this. You know, maybe it's because Link is crouched like that. I never noticed how small he is compared to Zelda. There we go. Like, no, they're about the same height. I think it's just because Link is in his battle right position. Anyway, we are now ready to call off the Great Fairy. Pretty much, sometimes throughout the game, you'll be forced to bring out the Great Fairy. Pretty much, go to a Great Fairy Shrine, head inside the reticle you see here, and summon the Great Fairy. Ooh, may or not be creepy, it completely depends on what you say. Alright. And the Great Fairy will do different things depending on the stage. Such as this case, they take your bombs. Here, how's my bomb? What did it do? Make a giant bomb! Like, honestly, this game can be over-the-top ridiculous at times. And, honestly, it is great. Like, this isn't a game you take seriously. This is a game where you can just relax and have fun, not try to think about too much. But, speaking of thinking too much, we will have to in a little bit, because now it's boss time. And it's time for the second type of bosses, giant bosses. In this case, bring out King Dodongo. Fire-breathing King Dodongo. Alright. Now soon King Dodongo will break through that barrier, and it'll be our time to shine. So we'll beat up some monsters. Come on out, King Dodongo. Let's see if I can make it in there. Can I make it in there? Yes! See, there I am! And there he is. Oh jeez, that's not how I want to start. Okay, so the deal with giant bosses that they'll have weak points, depending on the items. right now, I can use the bombs, throw on 18 move now. And there we go. Now, the same thing with the warrior bosses. You got to complete the stun gauge in order to do some damage. But it'll take a few times. Alright. Look out. Ooh, got it. Now, I'm thinking about taking the keep up there. So, after we do this, I might do a little, excavating. This is the kind of strategy talking I was telling you about. You know, you can, slay the boss later, which I'm probably gonna do right now. I'm just gonna take the keeps. Because sometimes, depending on the keep, and depending on which character you're playing as, you might be able to get some heart containers, which will automatically increase your health. So, it's completely your choice on what you want to do. Now, as I mentioned before with the keeps, the more enemies you beat, the lower the gauge goes. Once the gauge is completely depleted, you get to face the keep boss, which relates to the boss, it shows them what to do. And there we go. And now, we get a chest. Let's see what's inside. And there we go. It's a piece of heart. Now collect 4 pieces of heart, and we increase our maximum HP. Now that we did that, oh yeah, pretty much, here we go. So this is pretty much what you can get. Heart container. Restores all of your health and increases maximum health by 1 heart. Piece of heart. Restores all of your health. Collect 4 of these to make a new heart container and increase your maximum health by 1 heart. You can check information on this. Yeah, I'll explain that later. Right now, we got Dongo Slayer. Actually, we don't have to. Let's have some fun. Let's take out some keeps. Okay. Taking out that Zalfos will really help me out. And there we go. Bring out the keep boss. And keep in the box. Ooh, that's a silver material. Material, as I'll probably say this much later on, but material is ranked by 3 colors. Bronze, silver, and gold. At least I call it bronze, silver, and gold. Bronze is like enemy material, silver is like general material, and warrior material. Gold is rare warrior material, as well as boss material. You'll need these if you want to upgrade later on, but again, it's completely your choice. And there we go. Okay, that's almost all the keeps. Let's go slay that King Dodongo for good. And see, we're already like 21 minutes in, close to 22 minutes. Actually, I'm gonna let Impa finish it off. Go get him, Impa. There we go, Impa. Almost. Now, when it's in its stun state, he'll receive more damage, but you can actually damage him right now. It's very minimal damage. Oh, hey, Link. Alright, it's close. It's close. I'll throw some bombs here. This battle's pretty much ours. We're done. Alright, that is scenario 1. Whew. That was fun. And obviously, since it's on the Switch, the graphics are a lot better. But it looks really good on the Wii U too. I'll definitely say that about the Wii U. Like, when it looked good, it looked good. And the game looks great on the Switch. No. Alright. So, what's the story? Zelda's been kidnapped. Again. And of course, you being the hero, save her. With the legendary green tunic. So yeah, I'll say this about the story right now. If you're a Zelda fan, it's simple. There's still some surprises here and there, and I'll talk about my favorite moments here and there. But thanks to Definitive Edition, we actually have more story thanks to the villain, which you'll meet later on, and another version of the hero, which again, you'll meet later.
Wisdom and courage.
I'll let the narrator speak.
It has been the object of countless battles between the forces of light and darkness. Each time the Triforce fell into the clutches of evil, Hyrule was plunged into misery. But in every age, a hero, clad in green, would restore peace to the land. During one of these dark times, the legendary hero split the spirit of evil into 4 fragments, sealing each away to finally break the cycle of destruction. 3 of the fragments were scattered across time and space. The final fragment was sealed in a sacred temple built upon holy ground, imprisoned by the blade of evil's bane.
Yeah, don't worry, that totally won't be Ah, man. Anyway, depending on your clear times and your KOs, you'll be given some rupees. Rupees is pretty much how you'll be using material and such. And trust me, you're gonna get a lot of rupees. Alright, we got the Self Gauntlet, Focus Helmet, King Dinago's Claws, and 23 Old Rags. Hope you enjoy Old Rags, because you're going to see a lot of them. Anyway, that's where we're going to end this part. Join me next time when we get into Prologue Chapter 2, The Sheikah Tribesmen. See you guys next time. This is the Tortured Husband, blazing out.